Welcome, traders. Dr. Keith here. Happy Sunday, April 11th. Hope you're all doing well. All right, so let's start out with the Forex market. Today, I'm actually going to do this and post it publicly to get a feel for. There's certain times of the year I'll open up my alert service to the public for the yearly special. I only do it a few times a year. 3 usually, and this is the 1 week window that I'm allowing more entries into my alert service. So I'm going to post this publicly on YouTube as well. And if you have any questions, reach out. The link to sign up if you're interested for the yearly link is at the bottom under the description. So anyway, today I'm going to do a combined video between the Forex, the futures, and then the stocks. And if you have any questions after you review the video, reach out. So first and foremost, let's start with Forex. So currently, we don't have any open trades right now, okay? And a couple of things that we're looking at for, well, quite a few for this week, but some I wanted to highlight. So typically, the New Zealand dollar, the Kiwi, US dollar, you can see from the seasonal here, we have this dip coming, okay? So from right now, until middle of May, we typically have a nice move down. So obviously what I'm looking for is that Laguerre to head down and trigger this week at some point, get a red Hakanachi candle, and then we'll look to short this, okay? Let me clear this, bear with me, let me clear the drawings from previous, okay. So that's really what we're looking for at this point. We're in the uptrend, it came down, now I want a lower high, and this could be a fantastic opportunity short on the Kiwi US dollar, okay? Also, a lot of Kiwi pairs right now, folks. British pound, Kiwi. So this is also a good long play coming up. Okay, you can see we typically go higher here. Let's see the green thick, the 10-year, all the way until middle of May as well. So again, same strategy in the opposite direction, looking for that Laguerre to head back up, get a green Hakanachi candle. This could be a fantastic opportunity as well. So we're just waiting at this point. You know, we're not forcing, anything. Typically, folks, this alert service will have 2 to 4 trades a week, some more, some less, but we don't force, right? We have certain rules that we abide by and so forth. Another one that's interesting as well. Again, a lot of the Kiwi pairs. So I can bring up the Kiwi CAD. Okay, let me clear the drawings on this one. Okay, so for the Kiwi CAD, see, we're looking for that bearish move down as well. So it made its move, now retrace back right now to the 20 if it gets to the 50, but we're just waiting for that Laguerre to trigger short with the red Hakanachi. It's changed over. We got the first yellow dot here. So this could be a trade again going into Monday for a potential short play here, okay? Also, some of you that have been following me for a while know I like at times of the year to trade the Hong Kong dollar, okay? Well, I missed this initial move up, okay? But you can see here, we typically have a nice move up until May now. So any retracement back down here, you can look for a long play. The Hong Kong dollar can wick, okay? Again, there is more risk here, but you could always put an order down here like at 776, and it's crazy what can happen here. But if not, be more conservative. You can let it come down, and then when we get that next green trigger to the long side, okay, very bullish this time of year on the US dollar, Hong Kong dollar, okay? So no new trades as of today. If you look at my triggers here, some of these are the exotics, but like the Kiwi yen short, even though I like it from the Laguerre standpoint and the Hakanachi, we've been in this uptrend. So what I'm looking for, folks, I want to see it kind of prove itself here in respect closing below this 50 period before I take a short, okay? I don't want to jump in, but everything else is good here. I just, you have the nice uptrend. So for a short play, you want to see it break that 50 period and settle before we take that, okay? So with that, now let's go over and talk the futures markets. All right, futures. So we have 2 open trades right now. So let me review those first before we go into my overall analysis here. So Canadian dollar, Okay. We got into this trade. You can see a nice trigger back here, green Hackenacci. It's been consolidating, and then on Friday it started making this move. Folks, this is a high probability move. So what I've done here is I've actually moved my stop to break even now with a full position, because it has been doing some consolidation. Okay, but I love the uptrend. And I know, more than likely we're going to open up Sunday night and wick up and hit our profit target here. Remember, once we hit our initial profit target 1, my stop is a break even anyway with half of my position left. But at this point, I'm going to eliminate my risk. We're almost 3/4 to profit target 1. And if it consolidates and come back down for whatever reason, right, then it's just a break even trade. But I like the odds of this going much higher, maybe even testing these recent highs on that Canadian dollar over the next week. Okay. The other trade, I wish they all worked out like this, right, folks? But the lumber, again, very thinly traded. Remember, we got back in here on a combo trigger. Again, it doesn't get much better than that with this type of seasonal projection. And again, so now, basically what I'm going to do, folks, is move my stop. Let's see, let me activate this. It's not letting me right now, but I'm going to move my stop up to about, and I'll put in the alert, but right around 1070 here. Okay, keep moving it up, but we made some really good money on lumber here, and I don't want to give a lot of it up. Hitting new highs at some point, we're going to get a retraction on lumber, and I want to maximize our profits. Also, if it does come back and then gives us a new entry here in the near future, we can do it again. Right, so I'm going to keep moving my stop up. Great profit taking here on lumber. All right, so let's talk big picture now here, folks. So on the S&P 500, okay, when we talked about it on last week's Wednesday open session, right, the mention was, again, bulls continue to look for new highs, and of course on Friday we continued that pattern. So as long as retailers are continuing to short this market, folks, we need to continue to look for our longs. You can see the green forecast, right? The 10-year, bullish activity, folks. Okay, so it's doing exactly what the markets typically do this time of year. Okay, I suspect this week, the week of April 11th, to be an extremely bullish week. Okay, I expect us to continue to hit new highs. If I had to forecast where we're going to touch at some point during the week, certainly 4,200, possibly 4,300, folks. Yes, that's how bullish I think this week can be. Again, for you folks just listening to this alert service for the first time, it does not mean price goes up every day. That's not how the market works. But as a big picture, look at this Hackenacci. Look how solid green these candles are, folks. Okay, and we have the bullish seasonal. We got retailers shorting the heck out of these markets. We're going to continue higher. So I mentioned in last week's video, the NASDAQ, right? What I liked about the NASDAQ as my favorite, right, was that we hadn't hit new highs since February. Okay, well, now more than likely by Monday or Tuesday, that's going to happen. What a great re-entry here on the green Hackenacci candle. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that, but we're not done yet. So once we break these new highs this week, we'll probably head up to 14,200 before we get some sort of normal retracement in the markets. But the biggest takeaway here, folks, is continue to be bullish. Again, you can see it doesn't always mean you're going to go up every day. And I keep saying that over and over again because it's very important. No matter how bullish or bearish a market is, it doesn't always continue in that direction every day, okay? There's always going to be people getting stopped out, profit taking, and markets move, even in an upward market, you get those retracements, okay? All right, same with the Dow. Again, hit new highs on Friday. We're going to continue hitting new highs on the Dow. It's probably hit 34, maybe even 34.5, by the end of the week coming up here, folks. Again, I'm expecting a pretty bullish week this week as a continued pattern, and we'll go from there. So what else am I looking at? Well, we've talked about Bitcoin, right? And one is a longer term play. I've got some stocks that are, highly correlated with Bitcoin, like Riot, for example, that I've done 2 to 3 year leaps on. fantastic opportunities to make a phenomenal return over the next couple of years. But I actually think Bitcoin's going to hit new highs this week as well. Once we break through this 61 to 62,000 level, folks, look out. Once it gets going again, folks, we'll hit 100,000. Okay, so it's just a matter of time. It's normal congestion right around this 60,000 has been very difficult to break through, but it's been holding that 20 period really nicely. Okay, and so we'll just continue to review that and look for those new entries. All right, so crude, right? We've been waiting for the long entry on crude oil, right? And it's just been consolidating like nothing, holding that and respecting that 50 period. But we actually haven't had the Laguerre and a Hackenacci agreement long yet, right? So it's kept you out of some consolidation here. Now, potentially Monday, at the close on Monday, could be an entry. If the Laguerre closes above this 20% level and we had continued with the green Hackenacci, that would actually be our first entry we've had, since we've been in this consolidation. So even when we had green Hackenacci here, we didn't have the Laguerre. Then when we had the Laguerre right here, we had a red Hackenacci, right? So it's doing a great job not getting us in here, folks, between the two triggers. But I still believe once we break through here, we're going to test those highs before we hit the retracement. Okay, so that's my thoughts on where we're going with crude right now. Cocoa. Okay, I'm just looking at my Laguerre triggers here. Okay, almost there. You can see here from the seasonal, we typically top right about now and we head lower here for the next month and a half or so. So what I'm waiting on cocoa is to come back up and then bring us, that trigger back short. Okay, so I only like cocoa on the short side right now. Wheat, you can see wheat, we typically had higher big picture here. Okay, so we did have a trigger right here. I did not take the wheat trade yet. But what I'm looking for here this week potentially is if we consolidate or head down and give us a yellow Hackenacci, then back to a green, I'll look to enter wheat long. Again, I think it'll test these highs here fairly quickly. Cotton. You can see here, cotton's now we're looking for shorts. Okay, so it did exactly what the seasonal pattern did. We made great money on this, right? Here, let me clear that drawing set as well. Okay, but now what I'm waiting for is this is a perfect opportunity. Come back up, and then when we get that re-trigger short, right, red Hackenacci candle, Laguerre trending down, then that's our enter short. You can see cotton typically heads short now for quite a while. Okay, so it's basically following its seasonal pattern perfectly. So that's where we're at. We'll look to go short here in the very near future. Okay. All right. So let's see. Soybean meal is getting a short Laguerre trigger, but again, we only go in the direction of the seasonal. You can see soybean meal typically heads higher now. I'm ignoring this short trigger. And again, clear those drawings. We're really consolidating here. So I do like them long once we break out, but I don't like to get into those type of consolidations. So, again, it's just being patient. We've got two open trades right now. Lumber, we made phenomenal money on. And then Canadian dollar, where we're basically break even stop with our full position. So we're in good shape there. There's no new trades to report tonight. But when there is, obviously, I'll send out that text and that alert to you with my trade opportunities. Okay. Now let's talk the stock market. All right. So again, the Qs, just like we talked about in the futures, right? The Qs, the SPY, the Dow, all of these markets we're expecting higher this week with extremely high probabilities. It's shaping up for the perfect situation. Yes, now we're almost at those highs. We can get some consolidation, but I'm actually expecting it to break through this week with the bullish activity. Okay. One of the open trades we have, still got part of my position out on Apple here. Again, we have the beautiful trigger here, beautiful seasonal on Apple. Apple will hit new highs here probably this month. Yes, that's how fast I think Apple's going to continue to climb. institutions typically buy this time of year. They got good discounted prices as they're adding into their long-term portfolios. So I love the Apple trade as well. Okay. I'll go over a couple of the other open trades. So Las Vegas Sands, again, what I'm expecting here, folks, is to continue higher, hit and test these new highs over the next couple of weeks. And ATVI, same thing. Love this opportunity here, folks. Look at the seasonal on ATVI typically. So what's going to happen is we're going to get moving, and it's going to come up and test these new highs here very quickly. So we've got a lot of action here. You know, some of the things I'm looking for this week, again, very bullish week, folks. So I'm just looking at the Laguerre triggers, okay? Or you can do your scans on your Hackenacci dots that I've gotten. But, you know, some of these opportunities that are coming up, you know, just to kind of show you, like BHR, beautiful uptrend here, okay? You can look to take these type of opportunities. I always wait. Rarely do I do a trade Sunday night for Monday open until I see how the overnight markets open up at. Okay, so if I see something Monday morning, I'll send out an alert. I'm letting you know. But you know, Anthem, for example, you see how we're getting ready to trigger on the Laguerre. Okay, we got high of almost 380 here. We got the seasonal. Okay, Anthem this week will test those highs, folks. Okay, these are high probability. You know, you can get 20, 30 points here probably this week on Anthem, okay? Just looking around here, showing you how I do my scans. Let's take a look at BCLI. So BCLI has been doing this nasty consolidation, but look what's coming. See all that green? Okay, so, you know, I had a client of mine say, well, can I get in early? It's a cheap stock and buy it. Absolutely you can, but you know, I follow my rules. But if you're looking to buy a stock versus the, you know, even doing the option play, you know, if you get in at $2, $3, $4 and hold it, right, the recent highs are 17, so there's less downside and a lot of upside on some of these opportunities. So again, as you look at this week's opportunities, folks, you know, look for the triggers. You know, look for these seasonal longs. We're going to have some really good opportunities this week. Netflix, just to give you another example, right? It started its move. Now look at the beautiful seasonal. I actually forecasted Netflix to go up to 850 this year. I think it'll make it easily this year. Yes, easily. But again, we got the red, yellow, back to the green Hackenacci. There's your new entry, as Netflix will hit new highs here in the next couple of weeks as well, in my opinion. Okay, so bullish, folks. This week and next week especially, I expect pretty nice moves. But again, it doesn't mean every day. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. All that good stuff, but you can certainly do really well if you're looking at those bullish opportunities. So if you have any questions, reach out, folks. Other than that, have a great week and see you on the next update. Take care now.